He's been crying whenever This is a very specific time of night where I have been sleeping for a while now, and he would start crying, wanting for pets, and so I can't really sleep that long because he doesn't like it when I sleep. He likes being pet at this specific time of night. He would cry if I don't do it, so I can't sleep anymore. I don't know why, but he always does this. I'm going to work out for at least like 15 minutes unless my dog decides to be incredibly energetic. So, him. Journal. Look at that. Cutie. Oh. What is it? Well, yeah, I hope I don't accidentally kick my dog. I'm going to work out using stationary bike, so there's a big chance of me accidentally kicking him.
I feel so guilty, but like
he's so playful, and that worries me. This is why I don't usually have a dog. Dogs are so playful, but then they become like really traumatized when you accidentally like step on them or like kick them. And so you don't really feel like you could walk because you might accidentally hurt them because they're so tiny, which is why I usually have a cat because they're more relaxed and I'm more relaxed. I have a personality of a cat, so a dog is really weird for me. So I'll try though. I don't know where to put him if ever. Because I really don't want to accidentally kick him. I've already accidentally kicked him once, and then he didn't let me touch him for 2 days. And then he cries at night when I don't pet him, and so I have to wake up because I hear him crying. It's a nightly routine for us. He cries at 12 a.m. when I'm already asleep, and so the moment he starts whimpering, I start waking up and I have to pet him. And then he doesn't let me sleep ever again. So I really have such a bad sleep schedule nowadays. I usually have a great sleep schedule. So that was a fail. I couldn't even step on the stationary bike since he keeps on biting the pedals, so yeah, that was hard. It's been a while since I've last worked out. It's so messy, but whatever. I just had to hide my certificates and my pictures so that he won't tear them off. But yeah, I'm glad he's finally playful, but it's really hard to function most of the time nowadays because of Giorno. And yes, I named him Giorno because he was trembling when he first came here. When he first got here, he was just trembling. He wasn't even crying. He was just trembling, and that reminded me of Giorno Giovanna when he was still a child. He felt as if it's useless to cry since no one will answer, so why not just tremble? And he reminded me of Jorno, and so I named him Jorno. Actually, I was supposed to have a female dog, a female puppy, but they accidentally gave me a male puppy instead of his sister. They wanted to replace him, but I mean, I said no because I already named him. Why not keep him? I mean, I love him. It's just I don't have a good sleep schedule nowadays because of him. I know. So, what about the chapter or the book? I mean, I think I'm finished for now. I mean, some things bothers me because it's not really a typo, but I guess, you know, of course, this doesn't really view it as normal, so it's kind of like annoying to me. For me though, like this chapter is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty tiny. Like it's really short. Am I sure that this is finished? I don't know. Did I finish this? I mean, it's part 2 of day 1, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to like search if I ever thought about the continuation of this, so I'll just... Okay, so I mean, I just thought about the continuation, and so I did. I think I'm happy with it. I'm probably going to think of another chapter tomorrow or later after our webinar. We have seminars, but for some reason I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get into it or whatever. I don't think so. So yeah, I mean, let's see if I'm going to take a video of things that happens later. Hi, it's around like 1:30 p.m. right now. I'm actually planning on sleeping because this is the only time that I get to like at least try to sleep like full time, or at least take back the time that I lost because of my dog during 12 a.m. him whimpering, and so I mean, it's a part of my routine now, so why not put it in the video. Also, I have Kakyoin with me. Kakyoin's hairline is just tragic. It's tragic. So yeah, I'm just going to sleep. Of course, I'm not going to film it because that's creepy. And I know that some people stream themselves sleeping, but that's just not a good idea for me. I'm gonna sleep now because I have a feeling that my dog will try to wake me up even now, and then he's going to also try to wake me up like later at night, so I'm literally not going to be able to sleep anyways. About the webinar, I mean, no one sent any link. Not yesterday, earlier. None of my classmates sent any link. So if there was a webinar and I didn't know, it's not my fault. Like, it's supposed to be this time, like around 1, and then it will end at 2. But literally no one sent any links. So I'm pretty sure there's no webinar right now. I hope so, because I really want to sleep. And usually the webinars are the only hindrance to my sleeping schedule. I hate it so much, because usually the things that they discuss are things that I already know, and I already like advocate about. Like they last time they forced students to like go to the webinar about gender equality. I mean, yeah, it's definitely like important, and I'm glad that they did it. But because most people from my school definitely have no idea about that, and I see a lot of misogyny still going around my school and my classmates sometimes. But at the same time, they also talked about sexualities, and I just don't see that as fit as for gender equality or like women's rights. I don't know. Like, hey, you approach it how you think you should approach it, but I just think that those two are very different things. Like, some women can be privileged while some have disadvantage just because of their sexuality. Like, I just think that we shouldn't, clamp those two things together, because sometimes no matter your gender is, it doesn't matter. As long as you're like a part of the LGBTQ community, you'll always have a disadvantage. So yeah, that was just a really weird seminar, and I just really got bored because I knew like about the things that they were already like talking about, and I just feel like, I mean, that's a good step, but like it's just too late for my school, because I know a couple of things about my school that a lot of people I think have a clue about, especially homophobia and misogyny. I've heard a lot of stories and I've seen a lot of things. So yeah, it's just kind of weird to like, ugh, it's like, it's really uncomfortable for me. But yeah, I'm ending the vlog now because I feel like it has gone like a little too long. It has gone for too long now. I don't know. I actually woke up earlier and then I fell asleep again, and now I just got back from eating dinner, and now I'm planning on sleeping again. I don't know. It's not that it's not that I'm fatigued. It's just I just want to get as much sleep as possible, because school schedule has been pretty hectic for some reason. I don't know. They're really trying. But yeah, I don't think we had a seminar earlier. I checked the messenger that we have and group chat, and no one really spoke anything about, oh, I'm late to the seminar or whatever. So I'm pretty happy about that. I got to sleep and I didn't miss anything, because let's be honest, my school has a tendency to do that to people. Like, they just like inform people very late so that no one could like get a complete attendance. I don't know why, but they did it. Yeah. Also, like, most of like the assigned leaders sometimes in certain activities, they would ask for like meetings at like very late, even though they know that my schedule is like, what, like, I plan on sleeping at like 7:30 if not 8, and they would just impulsively start meetings for like the moment the clock hits like 9:30 or like 10. I'm like, you're really trying to make us sleep deprived. You're so inconsiderate, and I hate you. It's just so annoying. Like, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm just trying to live my life. I mean, I complete like a lot of activities that is assigned to me. So I mean, yeah, it just feels a little targeted to like, start meetings at a very late time. Like, at that point, I would just be like, whatever. Most of the time, I would just be listening to like Life on Mars or like Starman by David Bowie, and like just feel annoyed that I have an inkling that someone is going to start a meeting at such a late time, and I just sleep. Like at that point, I just sleep because no, you shouldn't do that to your coworkers. You should say it in advance. No one sets a meeting like impulsively unless there's an emergency, in which there wasn't. So that just annoys me, because I feel like it's very irresponsible. Like, you're not the only one in this group. Think about your coworkers, you know? No one sets a meeting impulsively at like 10 p.m. No one. Like, they usually like tell their coworkers or their employees like, hey, we need to discuss something about this, about that, and I'm planning on starting a meeting tomorrow at like 8 a.m. or something. That's the professional way of doing it, and I feel like, I don't know, it really annoys me, and I have a lot to say about it, because the person who did this, the person who impulsively started the meeting, is so loved by people, and yet like she constantly does things that are so inconsiderate, and she gets a pass. But if someone else does it, people will speak out, and that annoys me. And that annoys my other friends. A lot of people wants to speak out like against her. I know a lot of people who doesn't like what she's doing, but like they can't speak out because she would absolutely be the angel in people's eyes if they spoke up, because they already have like bad like reputations about being too honest, you know, and like too brutal. And so people don't like that. People don't like brutally honest people. And so like they tend to side with the quote unquote angelic person. No, she's not angelic. Like, come on. A lot of people have seen her true colors. She cheats all the time, you know? Like, she has a boyfriend and she cheats. And then, like, I don't know. She does a lot of things, and I know everything that she does because every single information just goes to me, because a lot of people knows that I am very much against her. So yeah, good night, because I will end up ranting for like 10 minutes. So yeah.